Hi BookTube, I thought today we could have a little discussion over our morning coffee or afternoon tea if you're watching this in the afternoon. It's quite early here in Boston right now, which explains the kind of abysmal lighting, but this is what I got, so this is what we're working with. I have had a really stressful week, would be a kind of underestimate. The last few weeks have been very, very busy in lab, and I've been thinking, how that influences whether I read or whether I don't and what I read. So do you stress read, or is reading one of the things is the first thing that's kind of nixed off your list when something has to go because you're short of time? For me, that's exercise. I don't like to run, but I do. And I've noticed this week that I'm gravitating a lot more to nonfiction because of this. I put down all of the fiction that I was reading basically and checked out 3 books from the library. All 3 are nonfiction war related. I don't know what that really says about me, but I enjoy the the ease on my imagination a little bit. I also enjoy that it's very sequential, so it is ordered and it gives me something that I don't really have to think about as much, whereas if I lose myself into a world of fantasy or have a very complex plot for a science fiction novel, I think that I'm less likely to read. But when I get very stressed for work or very stressed when I was in school, I always gravitated toward nonfiction. And I was wondering if this was true for everybody, or if this is just another quirk that makes me me. Do you have a particular genre that you gravitate to when you read? Or are you like a lot of the people I know that just stop reading or, put it on hold for a while? I don't know what it is about nonfiction that I find comforting when I have very little time, because I'm still spending the same amount of time reading, I think. I'm still, reading before bed, I'm still reading on my way to work, or listening to an audiobook, but these things tend to only be nonfiction when I'm very stressed, and I don't know why. So I thought that we could maybe talk about stress and reading and how that, is it comforting to you, or do you feel like you're just not making progress and that causes even more stress in your life? The fact that your TBR, you're behind on your monthly reads, all the goals that you'd set reading wise, you're not meeting because your real life and your job that pays the bills is taking too much time. So does that cause more stress during high stress time, or is the reading what you find cathartic and relaxing? And what you read? This is a lot of me just asking questions. I don't know how well this video is gonna go over. And as you can tell, I just woke up. I haven't even had a cup of coffee yet. So words are hard right now. But I thought this would be a cool topic just to discuss and see what you guys think. And if I'm the only one that does this, that still wants to make progress, because otherwise I'm failing in a different respect, but I want to make progress that's easier. And these are still books that I had on my TBR. These are still books that I had wanted to read, but I think I find myself just gravitating toward nonfiction a lot more when I'm stressed out. I also wanted to share quickly just the books that I did pick up. So this isn't really a haul. Is this a haul? I'm not really sure. I checked them out from the library completely compulsively because I was stressed out. I need a new book. So I'll go through those quickly just so that you know what I'm reading right now. And when I'm less stressed, I might stop. I don't know. What I read is really, really variable and completely emotionally based. So you'll notice that I'll start something. I always finish something if I've started it and I enjoy it, but I hop between genres all the time. I have my Kindle here, so I'm just going to read the quick synopsis about what each book is, and just kind of a general overview. All of these are military or Cold War themed. That tends to be a trend as well, and I have no idea why. The first book is After the Reich, The Brutal History of the Allied Occupation. So this takes place at the very end of World War II. I've already started this one, obviously, because I stress read and downloaded it and compulsively started stopping everything else I was doing. This one takes place at the end of World War II, and it follows the different countries that had Allied occupation and how they managed the change in government and the rooting out of the Nazi sympathizers and the beginning of the Cold War. So far this has been very good. It has been a lot more heartfelt and heart-wrenching than I thought it would be. I'm probably going to do a review on this one. It is nonfiction, written in 2009, and is 660 pages, so we'll see how many more of these I get through. But this one I've already started, and I think I'm 15% done. Very good, but extremely emotional. The next book that I picked up, also on a whim because it was recommended when I downloaded the previous book, was The Guns of August. This actually won some awards. It was selected by Modern Library as one of the 100 best nonfiction books of all time. It recreates the first month of World War I, 30 days in the summer of 1914 that determined the course of conflict, the century, and ultimately our present world. This had a lot of really positive reviews. It keeps coming up on the best war books. It also keeps coming up as one of the best nonfiction of all time. So I've seen this one multiple times. It's a topic that I really gravitate toward in general, not just when I'm stress reading. So I picked this one up. It is 608 pages. I don't know what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm not finishing all of these, but I do want to at least circle back to them. I'm gonna try. Like I said, I'm actually making quite good progress in the other book about Allied occupation, so this one might go quickly too. I think this is more narratively based. The other one is a lot more factual and dates and then events, dates and then events, and then there's little inserts of the diaries of individuals who were living in the occupied area, so I think the two will contrast nicely. Then last book is Helmet for My Pillow. This book is 336 pages. This says it was published in 2001, but I don't think that's the most recent edition. It is the inspiration behind the HBO series Pacific, and it is a first-person account of the Second World War. I believe it's told through individual stories that have been compiled together, so you get multiple perspectives of the war. And I picked this one up because it had pretty good reviews on Goodreads. It's over 4 stars with 8,600 reviews so far. And it's also been made into a series that I would like to check out because I like pretty much everything that's military nonfiction. So I'm probably gonna follow this up by watching the HBO series if it's out. I think it is out. The author, Robert Leckie, was 21 when he enlisted in the Marines in January of 1942. He recounts his service with the 1st Marine Division and spares no detail of the horrors and sacrifice of war, painting an unsentimental portrait of how real warriors are made, fight, and all too often die in the defense of their country. This sounds like a very good personal narrative. It also has the perspectives of, I've been told, other people. I think Tom Hanks is in the HBO series. Don't quote me on that because I'm not sure, but I saw that on Overdrive that several famous authors, or several famous actors, sorry, I'm really in a book mode, were taking the place of individual characters within this novel. I think it'll be a good read. We'll see how long this lasts. I don't anticipate my workload getting any lighter over the next few weeks, not until probably the end of September. I'm also moving soon, so we're packing and trying to, get everything together for that. So it's basically that and work dinners and visiting friends just constantly, which is fabulous. I'm really happy to see everybody, and I'm also really happy to move to a larger apartment soon with hopefully better lighting, but it makes for a very stressful day today. Anyway, I am looking forward to hearing what you do when you're stressed out, and if there's a particular genre or time in history that you gravitate toward and why you think that is. I know this has been somewhat rambling because I have been chatting and not drinking my coffee. I hope this will be sort of a series though with better lighting, where we can discuss things over coffee or afternoon tea and talk about other bookish related things, maybe not specific novels, but just being a bookish person and living a literary life. I hope you liked this, and that I'm really looking forward to hearing what everyone else has to say about this, and if it is just me, which it totally could be, and this is going to be awkward. I hope your week is going better than mine, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye.